The internet is on fire tonight because the drama just took a turn nobody saw coming. Leaked images have surfaced, and they don't just shake the table, they flip it over. Tony Rich, who fans believed was fully committed to Claressa Shields, is now being accused of something so messy, so scandalous, it has left the entire hip-hop world reeling. Screenshots are circulating everywhere, and if they're real, they show Tony Rich flirting directly with Remy Ma. Yes, it's the same Remy Ma who has already been at the center of fiery headlines involving Papoose and Claressa. The betrayal cuts deep. Fans are screaming that Claressa has been blindsided, that this isn't just disrespect, it's humiliation on a global stage. And the DMs, they're not vague. They're loaded with heart emojis, late-night messages, and flirty lines that no man in a committed relationship should ever be sending. Twitter has erupted. Instagram comment sections are chaos. TikTok detectives are already piecing together timelines, trying to figure out when these conversations happened and what it means for everyone involved. But here's the twist. Insiders are whispering that these leaked DMs are only the beginning, because behind the screenshots lies a bigger betrayal, one that could expose the darkest truth about this tangled triangle of love, loyalty, and lies. Stay right here because this story is about to explode. Claressa Shields has never been one to shy away from a fight in or out of the ring, known worldwide as one of the most dominant female boxers alive. She has carried herself with confidence, pride, and a fiery determination that made her not just a champion in sports, but a powerful figure in hip-hop's messy, drama-filled universe. But now, it's not her fists making headlines, it's her heart. For months, Claressa's name has been tied to a swirl of tension involving none other than Remy Ma and Papoose. It all began with whispers that Claressa and Papoose were closer than the world realized. The rumors grew legs after cryptic social media posts, subtle shade in interviews, and insider leaks claiming Remy Ma was furious about Papoose's late-night calls and studio sessions with the boxing queen. At first, fans dismissed it as gossip, but then came the explosive fallout, public arguments, shady Instagram lives, and viral clips of Remy throwing sharp shots that fans swore were aimed directly at Claressa. Through it all, Tony Rich was supposed to be Claressa's safe place, her man, her ride to wad, the one person she could lean on while social media and gossip blogs dragged her name through the mud. Tony positioned himself as the calm in the storm, loyal, quiet, but always by Claressa's side. Or at least, that's what fans believed. And then, the DMs leaked. Screenshots began circulating on Twitter and Instagram, allegedly showing Tony Rich sliding into Remy Ma's messages. And not just once. Multiple exchanges, dripping with flirtation and heart emojis, surfaced. Lines like, "If you weren't married, things would be different and you look fire tonight." Remy were plastered across timelines. The betrayal hit fans like a punch to the gut. How could Tony, the man Claressa trusted, be secretly gassing up the same woman Claressa was already battling? It wasn't just cheating vibes. It was humiliation on the deepest level. Fans instantly divided. Some rushed to Claressa's defense, flooding her comments with, "Sis, leave him now. Tony did you dirty. You deserve better." Remy, always at the center of mess. Why is she even entertaining this? Others, however, pointed the finger at Remy, accusing her of playing into the scandal. She knew Claressa was with Tony and Wah, and still let him flirt SMH. Remy loves the attention. Papoose better watch his back too. And then there were the conspiracy theorists who claimed this was deeper than just flirty texts. According to them, the DMs hinted at more than playful banter. They hinted at secret late-night meets, a hidden agenda, and possibly even Remy using Tony as a pawn in her ongoing Cold War with Claressa. What made it worse? Neither Tony nor Remy denied the messages outright. Instead, both went silent. And in the world of hip-hop gossip, silence speaks volumes. Meanwhile, Insiders close to Claressa began leaking their own tea, telling blogs she was devastated and felt like the walls were closing in. Not only was she dealing with the fallout of her rumored ties to Papoose, but now her own man was allegedly betraying her with Remy, the very woman at the center of all her recent drama. It was betrayal stacked on betrayal, a humiliation so deep that fans began asking, was this the plan all along? Was Remy orchestrating everything to destroy Claressa's peace? Because, let's be real, Remy Ma isn't new to controversy. She has weathered beefs, scandals, and rumors for decades, but this one hits different. This one is personal, messy, and threatening to tear apart not just relationships, but entire reputations. And the most shocking part? Sources claim that DMIs that leaked were only a fraction of what's out there. Insiders whispered that even more damning messages exist: late-night confessions, secret phone calls, and even screenshots of Tony talking about Claressa behind her back. If those receipts hit the internet, this scandal won't just be about flirty emojis. It'll be about betrayal at the deepest level. And Claressa's response could change everything. Because if you know Claressa Shields, you know. She doesn't take betrayal lightly. And when she claps back, the world listens. But before we get there, we have to face the first brutal twist. Because the leaked dimes weren't the only receipts floating around. And the next leak? It takes this messy triangle to a place nobody could have predicted. The first round of screenshots had already set the internet ablaze. Tony Rich's name was trending everywhere. Remy Ma's face was plastered across gossip blogs. And Claressa Shields fans were demanding answers. But, as wild as it seemed, the story was only just beginning. Because more DMs were about to drop. And these ones weren't just flirty. They were explosive. Late that night, another account posted a fresh batch of screenshots. These weren't just harmless emojis or vague compliments. These were conversations dripping with tension, innuendo, and betrayal. One alleged message from Tony Reed: "You don't even realize how much better you'd be treated if you were with me instead of him." Another: "Claressa doesn't appreciate me. She don't see me the way you would." The internet gasped. This wasn't just flirting anymore. It was full-blown disloyalty. Tony wasn't just admiring Remy. He was comparing her to Claressa, diminishing the woman who stood by him and painting himself as the victim. Remy's alleged replies made it worse. In one screenshot, she sent a laughing emoji followed by, "You crazy. Stop it before you get caught." Another showed her writing, "Don't be messy, Tony. You know the blogs would eat this alive." The implications were clear. Not only did Remy know the line Tony was crossing, but she also knew how dangerous it could be if the world found out. And now the world had found out. Twitter exploded with fury. Wow. He really trashing Claressa to flirt with Remy? Nah, he's done. Remy playing innocent, but she low-key entertaining it. She ain't slick. This is betrayal on betrayal. Claressa don't deserve this humiliation. The hashtags, #TonyExposed, #RemyDMs, and #PrayForClaressa began trending simultaneously. TikTok detectives zoomed into the screenshots, analyzing fonts, timestamps, and even background colors to prove authenticity. Some pointed out Tony's known typing style, the way he used double emojis and lowercase, matched the leaked messages exactly. But the twist: while fans argued online, Claressa Shields was reportedly finding out in real time the same way everyone else did. According to insiders close to the boxer, Claressa was blindsided. A friend allegedly leaked a private text exchange where Claressa wrote, "I'm seeing all this on the blogs. He never even warned me. This is humiliating." Another message: "How could he do this to me with HER of all people?" The betrayal cut twice as deep because of who it involved. Remy Ma wasn't just another woman. She was the very person Claressa had been rumored to clash with for months. To find out that her own man was gassing up her biggest rival behind her back, fans said it best: That's war-level disrespect. And as the chaos spread, insiders whispered something even darker. Tony's betrayal might not have been a secret to everyone. One anonymous source claimed that Papoose himself had seen the messages weeks ago and kept quiet. The source alleged Papoose knew Tony was sliding into Remy's DMs. He confronted her about it, but instead of blowing it up, he told her to keep it quiet. He didn't want to feed the fire around their marriage rumors. The internet froze. If true, this meant Papoose had been sitting on the betrayal, silently letting Claressa walk around with no idea what was happening behind her back. Fans went ballistic. So Papoose knew and let Claressa get embarrassed. He messy too. Whole situation a setup. Remy, Tony, and Papoose all playing games. Claressa surrounded by snakes. And then came the biggest humiliation yet. On Instagram Live, a blogger shared a screen recording of Tony allegedly trying to downplay the situation in a private chat. The recording showed him typing, "They blowing this out of proportion. Wasn't that serious? I was just joking around." But the receipts told a different story. This wasn't joking. This was deep betrayal, repeated, calculated, and targeted at the one woman Claressa already saw as an enemy. The scandal reached Remy's doorstep next. While she hadn't publicly commented, fans noticed she liked, then quickly unliked, a shady tweet that read, "If she can't keep her man happy, don't be mad at me." Screenshots of the likes spread like wildfire, fueling accusations that Remy was mocking Claressa behind the scenes. Claressa, meanwhile, went quiet. No posts, no lives, just silence. And in the gossip world, silence is louder than any clapback. Fans flooded her page, begging for a response. "Say something, sis. Don't let them play with you. Leave Tony. He's embarrassing you. Remy don't respect you or herself. Expose her." But insiders hinted that Claressa wasn't staying silent out of weakness. She was planning her counterattack. A close friend allegedly told a blogger, "Claressa is furious. She's not going to cry about it online. She's gathering receipts of her own. When she claps back, it's going to be nuclear." The tension was unbearable. Tony looked guilty, Remy looked messy, and Claressa looked like a storm waiting to strike. And then, just when fans thought the betrayal couldn't get any worse, another leak dropped. This time, it wasn't deepens. It was a voice recording, allegedly of Tony laughing on the phone with a friend. In the clip, a man who sounded just like him said, "Claressa, too busy worrying about fights. Remy actually gives me attention. Ain't nothing wrong with keeping options." The internet exploded. If the DMIs were betrayal, the audio was confirmation. Tony wasn't just flirting. He was actively disrespecting Claressa, mocking her commitment, and bragging about the attention he got from Remy. The betrayal was complete, and yet the story still wasn't finished. Because insiders whispered there was still more to come. More recordings, more messages, and possibly even video proof of meetings that would shatter every denial. For now, one thing was clear. Claressa Shields wasn't just fighting in the ring anymore. She was fighting betrayal in her own home, humiliation on the internet, and enemies on all sides. And the next revelation was about to take this scandal from messy to catastrophic. The leaked voice recording was gasoline on an already raging fire. Tony Rich, once painted as the loyal partner standing behind Claressa Shields, was now exposed as a man mocking her in private while sliding into Remy Ma's messages. The internet didn't just react, it detonated. Within hours, TikTok was flooded with edits, clips of Claressa training hard in the gym paired with Tony's voice sneering, "Remy actually gives me attention." Fans were furious. She's building an empire while he's chasing clout with Remy. Tony Rich just committed social suicide. How you clown a world champion for Remy Ma likes? But the betrayal didn't stop with Tony's voice. Because just as the world was ripping him apart, another wave of leaks hit. This time, screenshots of Remy allegedly sending Tony photos. The pictures weren't explicit, but they were intimate. Enough to raise eyebrows. A mirror selfie captioned out tonight. Looking dangerous? A shot of her nails with the line "You like red, or should I try black?" And a late-night selfie with no caption at all, time-stamped past 2A.M. The implications were clear. This wasn't one-sided. Remy wasn't just brushing off Tony's advances. She was engaging. Whether playful or serious, she had been keeping the conversation alive. The internet erupted. So Remy really playing with fire. She knows what this looks like. Papoose gonna lose it when he sees this. Nah, Remy, messy for even entertaining him. And that's when the shocking reveal dropped. A blog claimed to have received exclusive audio of a heated phone call between Papoose and Remy recorded just days before the scandal broke. In the alleged clip, Papoose can be heard saying, "You letting this man disrespect me and her Claressa? Why you even responding to him?" Remy's voice, sharp and defensive, shot back. "It's nothing. You making it bigger than it is. Oh, you thirsty, I laugh it off. Don't act like you're perfect either." The audio cut off, but it was enough. The world now had proof that Papoose knew about Tony's messages and confronted Remy, but instead of ending it, she dismissed it. Fans went into meltdown. So Remy really entertained it and lied like it was nothing. Wow. And Papoose, KNEW this whole time. Claressa out here humiliated and her own man and her enemy knew. This is betrayal on every level. Claressa, meanwhile, broke her silence, but not with words. On Instagram, she posted a photo of herself in training gear, fists up. Captioned, "Keep doubting me, I'll keep swinging." The post racked up hundreds of thousands of likes, with fans flooding the comments. This is the clapback we needed. Tony who? Remy who? You're the gwat. Don't waste tears on clowns. But behind the scenes, insiders claimed Claressa was devastated. A close friend leaked a message allegedly from her saying, "I can fight anybody, but how do you fight when it's your own people?" This hurt different, as if the scandal couldn't get any darker. Another blogger claimed there was video evidence, grainy footage of Tony and Remy. ALLEGEDLY meeting up in a New Jersey lounge, weeks before the DMS leaked. The blogger teased, "The receipts, y'all. Scene ain't nothing." The real bomb about to drop. The internet held its breath. If that video surfaced, it would confirm everything. The flirting, the messages, the late-night energy. And if it was true, the betrayal wouldn't just be digital. It would be physical. Meanwhile, fans began targeting Tony directly. His social media pages were flooded with clown emojis, snake emojis, and brutal comments like, "Claressa paid your bills, and this is how you repay her." Man couldn't handle a strong woman, so he went to Remy for validation. Tony Rich officially the weakest link. Remy wasn't spared either. Her Instagram live comments were hijacked by Claressa's supporters spamming snake energy. Homewrecker and Papoose deserve better. Even celebrities began chiming in. Cardi B allegedly liked a tweet dragging Tony as a bum clout chaser. 50 Cent couldn't resist trolling, posting a meme of a man juggling 3 women with the caption, "Tony Rich training for the wrong sport." But the real twist came from an unexpected place. Claressa, Chrisean Rock's mother, known for messy, lives and inserting herself into drama. She went live and declared, "I told y'all these men don't respect women. Tony ain't no different. Claressa too good for that clown. And Remy, she don't care about nobody but herself." Wait till the real receipts drop. Her live reignited the frenzy as fans begged, "What receipts, Claressa? What do you know?" "I know." The scandal wasn't just trending, it was dominating. Gossip blogs posted hourly updates. Twitter Spaces dissected every leak. And YouTube. Creators churned out breakdowns with millions of views. The betrayal wasn't just messy, it was historic, and just when it seemed like the chaos had peaked. The anonymous account that leaked the first DMIs reappeared, posting, "Y'all think it's bad now. Wait until you see the video." The internet froze. Because if that video really existed, it would turn a messy DM scandal into a full-blown explosion that could end relationships, friendships, and reputations permanently. And with Claressa's silence boiling into rage, Remy and Papoose under fire, and Tony's credibility shattered. Fans knew one thing for sure. The next leak won't just be humiliating, it'll be catastrophic. The internet thrives on betrayal. And this one had all the ingredients of a cultural earthquake. A champion humiliated, a boyfriend exposed, and one of hip-hop's most notorious figures right in the middle of it all. By the time whispers of a Tony Remy meet videos surfaced, social media had fully erupted into chaos. On Twitter, the battleground was brutal. Claressa's fans launched the hashtag #DumpTony, spamming his pages with clown emojis and snake gifs. Others went after Remy with #RemyTheSnake, calling her messy for even replying to Tony's advances. Meanwhile, Tony trended alone under #TonyExposed, with users dragging him for betraying the GWOAT in favor of clout-chasing drama. One viral tweet with over 200,000 likes summed up the mood. Claressa training for championships while Tony rich training to embarrass her. She deserves a man, not a mascot. TikTok was no kinder. Creators mashed up the leaked DMs with Tony's voice recording, pairing them with Claressa's intense boxing clips. The captions were vicious. She fighting legends while he fighting temptation. Another TikTok edit with over 10 million views featured Remy's selfies from the leaked messages, flashing across the screen with text that read, "Sis couldn't resist the attention. But at what cost?" Instagram comment sections turned into war zones. Remy's posts were flooded with comments like, "You messy AF. Papoose don't deserve this. And Claressa been nothing but respectful. And this how you repay." Her on Tony's page, fans spammed unemployed boyfriend vibes and built your clout off Claressa. Now you clout chasing Remy. But the reactions weren't just from fans. Celebrities began chiming in, and their voices only added gasoline to the fire. Cardi B tweeted, then quickly deleted, "Y'all, men embarrassing. Imagine cheating on a champ with somebody else's wife." Screenshots spread before she could pull it down, fueling speculation she was siding with Claressa. 50 Cent, never one to miss an opportunity to stir chaos, posted a meme of a man juggling boxing gloves, wedding rings, and DMS, captioning it, "Tony Rich doing the most with the least." His post racked up millions of likes, and the comment section turned into a debate about whether Remy herself was clowning her own marriage for attention. Meanwhile, the game chimed in cryptically, "Ain't no loyalty in 2025. Watch who you trust in your bed and in your corner." Fans instantly interpreted it as a jab at Tony. Even Nicki Minaj fanbase, the Barbs, jumped in, dragging Remy relentlessly across Twitter, reminding everyone of her long-standing beef with Nicki. Remy been messy since she dissed Nicki. This just proves she's still grimy, one fan account posted, pulling thousands of likes. And then came the industry reactions. Blogs churned out headlines every hour. Tony Rich humiliates Claressa Shields with Remy DM scandal, The Shade. Room fans turn on Remy Ma as leaked screenshots suggest she entertained Tony Hollywood Unlocked. Is Papoose covering for Remy? Hot new hip-hop, even mainstream outlets like TMZ ran with the story, posting side-by-side photos of Claressa looking fierce in the ring and Tony looking awkward at a red carpet event with the caption, "She deserves better." The split among fans became more dramatic by the hour. Some fiercely defended Claressa, calling her the true victim in a circle of snakes. Others accused Remy of masterminding the whole thing to humiliate her. And a small, stubborn minority insisted the leaks were fake, part of some elaborate plot to drag Remy and Tony for clicks. But then came the revelation that changed the conversation. Alleged text messages between Papoose and Tony Rich. Screenshots posted by an anonymous account showed Papoose supposedly warning Tony, "Stay out my wife's phone." "Last time I'm saying this," Tony allegedly responded, "if she didn't like it, she'd block me." "Don't take it out on me, bro." Authentic. These texts flipped the scandal upside down. It meant not only did Papoose know about Tony's advances, but Tony had doubled down and refused to back off. Fans immediately lost their minds. Wait, Papoose confronted Tony and he still kept going. Tony Rich has a death wish, messing with Papoose. Claressa betrayed, Papoose disrespected, Remy messy. It's a whole soap opera. At this point, even Claressa's silence was being dissected. Some fans praised her for staying classy while chaos burned around her. Others begged her to expose the truth with her own receipts. The pressure on her to respond grew unbearable, and insiders claimed she was quietly gathering proof of her own to fire back. Meanwhile, Remy finally broke her silence, but not with a direct statement. Instead, she posted a cryptic Instagram story. "Everybody want attention. Careful who you believe." She deleted it within an hour, but not before fans screenshotted it and blasted her for gaslighting. "Girl, you sent the selfies, one." Fan commented. The scandal had now ballooned into more than betrayal. It was a cultural flashpoint. It had fans questioning loyalty, marriage, friendship, and even the role of social media in exposing secrets. But the cliffhanger came from the same anonymous account that had leaked the DMIs and texts. Late at night, they posted, "You've seen the screenshots. You've heard the audio. But the video is coming. And when it drops, there won't be any denials left." The world froze, because if a video existed of Tony and Remy meeting up in person, then this wasn't just digital flirting anymore. This was physical betrayal. And when that drops, fans know it won't just end Claressa's relationship with Tony, it could detonate Remy and Papoose's marriage forever. The scandal had already consumed the internet, but nothing could prepare anyone for what came next. After days of teasing, speculation, and mounting dread, the anonymous account that started it all delivered the final blow: a grainy, shaky video allegedly showing Tony Rich and Remy Ma together in person. The clip was only a minute long, filmed in what looked like a dimly lit lounge in New Jersey. The camera wobbled, clearly taken in secret, but the faces were unmistakable. Tony Rich leaning close, Remy Ma laughing, her hand brushing his arm. The two whispered back and forth, their chemistry undeniable. At one point, Tony leaned in as if to whisper in her ear, and Remy didn't pull away. The video ended abruptly. But the damage was already done. Twitter exploded within minutes. Hashtags like hashtag Tony and Remy, hashtag CLARESSA deserves better, and hashtag PAPOOSE react trended globally. Fans screamed betrayal, their timelines filled with disbelief. Screenshots weren't enough. Audio wasn't enough. Now, video, Tony Rich is done. Remy Ma caught in 4K. Shh, can't spin this one. Claressa and Papoose both got played. This is the ultimate betrayal. TikTok lit up with edits dissecting every second of the clip. Creators slowed down the moment Remy brushed Tony's arm, captioning it, "This ain't innocent." Others zoomed into Tony's body language, pointing out how comfortably close he leaned. Millions of views poured in within hours. Instagram blogs went wild. The Shade Room posted the video with the caption, "Leaked video shows Tony Rich and Remy Ma together. Thoughts?" The comment section turned into a battlefield. Some dragged Remy, "Sis, you a married woman embarrassing yourself and your husband?" Others roasted Tony, built his whole clout off Claressa, and this is what he does. But the most shocking part wasn't the video itself, it was the fallout. Insiders close to Claressa claimed she was devastated. One friend told a blogger she saw the video just like everyone else. She's done with Tony. The betrayal was bad enough with the DMs, but this broke her. Meanwhile, whispers swirled that Papoose had already confronted Remy in private. A source claimed he's furious. He told her this was the ultimate disrespect. They're not on speaking terms right now. Fans speculated about whether their marriage could survive such a public humiliation. And Tony, silent, his Instagram and Twitter accounts went dark. No denials. No explanations. Just silence. And in the world of scandal, silence speaks louder than anything else. But then came the cliffhanger that sent chills across the internet. It's the same anonymous account that dropped the DMI's audio, and now the video posted one final cryptic message. This isn't the end. There are more people involved than you realize. Another name is about to surface, and when it does, this scandal won't just be about Tony and Remy, it'll shake the entire industry. Theories exploded instantly. Who is the other person? Another rapper? Another athlete? Someone in Claressa's inner circle? Some fans speculated it was a female celebrity who also had ties to Tony. Others claimed Remy wasn't the only one. He was DMing. The uncertainty was unbearable. The betrayal was already massive, but the idea that another person was involved sent shockwaves through the culture. For now, one thing was clear. Claressa Shields had been humiliated, Tony Rich had been exposed, and Remy Ma was caught in the middle of a storm that threatened her marriage and her career. But the anonymous account promised the darkest twist was still to come. And if that next name drops, the scandal won't just be gossip anymore. It will be war. And there you have it, the receipts are undeniable. What started as a few flirty DMs has exploded into one of the most humiliating scandals of the year. Tony Rich, the man Claressa Shields trusted, is caught disrespecting her in messages, mocking her in private recordings. And now, thanks to that grainy video, cozying up to none other than Remy Ma, the betrayal doesn't just cut Claressa. It cuts Papoose, it cuts Remy's reputation, and it slices right through the heart of hip-hop's power dynamics. This wasn't just cheating. This wasn't just flirting. This was deception played out in public with the whole world watching. But here's the terrifying part. It's not over. The anonymous account that leaked everything has promised another name is about to drop. And if true, this scandal isn't just about Tony and Remy anymore. It's about to expose a web of lies that could shake the entire industry to its core. So now the question is, what do you think? Do you believe Tony and Remy actually crossed the line? Or was this just innocent, playful energy that spiraled out of control? Should Claressa Shields cut ties with Tony Rich immediately, or wait until all the receipts drop? And the biggest question of all, who is the other person hinted at in that cryptic post? And how will their name change everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to see where you stand. Smash that like button if you think Claressa deserves way better, and hit subscribe right now so you don't miss the next twist. Because if that new name drops, the entire culture will be turned upside down. This isn't just gossip. This is betrayal exposed in real time and the next chapter. It could be the most explosive yet.